Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a Kendra's Card Challenges 15 super sponsor hop featuring Copictopia Creative. They're a small stamp company out of North Carolina, and today we're going to be playing around with their July release, which includes the stamp set you see there, which is the Yeti for winter, which is super cute. I just love these Yetis and the fact that there are little donuts and cups of cocoa and cups of coffee that you can basically use, and you'll see later they can actually be kind of holding them. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is a hop, so you can watch the entire hop based on the playlist in the description box below. And there is information there as well on how you can actually win a prize that Kendra's giving away as part of this hop. So what is Kendra's Card Challenge 15? It's the 15th iteration of a quarterly card making challenge. Basically, it's like a one-sheet wonder times 6, where you take 6 sheets of pattern paper and you make 15 unique cards. It's free to play along, and every 3 months a new Kendra's Card Challenge comes up. However, you can enter the giveaway once a month where you take a picture of a full set of the 15 cards and upload it to Kendra's Facebook group. So every month there's prizes that are given away, and then there are big prizes at the end of every quarter. And those prizes are given away on a video that Kendra puts up on her channel, which is Cards by Kendra, and all that will be linked down below. If you want to play along with this, the info on how to download the cutting guide is also linked below. Essentially, you just need to be a free member of Kendra's Patreon to do that. And here you see that I am putting our sort of base layer piece inside of that top folding A2. This is just a sort of a glacier blue that I had in my stash, so I'm going to go and do that. As you can see, the color of the card base itself is fairly dark, so I always kind of like to put a white piece on the inside, and basically you can go and decorate that later if we so choose to do so. And now what we're going to do is just kind of look at some of the sentiments here. There's that great one about coffee, as well as you see on the right there, there's sort of a "Are you Yeti?" as sort of a top sentiment, and then you can add coffee or donuts or cocoa or winter or a whole bunch of other options. So I always really love a stamp set like this because it feels like you have a lot more range. And I should grab it in a second, but what we're going to do is cut some pattern paper so that we can get the basics of Sketch 2 down here, which is on screen to my right. Pull a piece of pattern paper from the coordinating pad, and I pulled the most vibrant piece here just because I thought it would stand out really well against this blue background. So essentially we're getting almost a monochromatic card here, and in a second I will just glue that down, and then you can see what it looks like because we can move on to our Yeti. And through the magic of editing, I've glued down the top and the bottom piece first, and then what I'm doing is sort of fitting the other two, because I find it's a lot easier if you do sort of your edges first and then balance the space in between. But basically, I'm going to glue those down next, and that is going to sort of, as you can see on screen, that's sort of the core of this particular sketch, are these sort of 4 rectangles of a similar size that are lined up. It's almost like a strip card, but there's a lot more white space, or in the case of this card, blue space. So I think that's really adds to the overall look and feel of the sketch. Anyway, I was playing around with this earlier, and if you use a color that isn't blue for your Yeti, it doesn't quite blend into the background as much, but I really wanted to keep this mostly monochromatic and just have the pink of the pop of pink on his little hat. So I just cut out a 2-inch circle here and used that to put behind him. So I think that really kind of spotlights him and, makes him obviously the focal point. And I was playing around with potentially just doing an inside sentiment here, but I think that it ultimately looks better if you use some of the space in that first top rectangle and put a sentiment there, because I kind of liked how that looked. And there you see. So that's what we're going to do next here. I guess the other thing I'll mention while I'm finishing gluing this card together is that there are a bunch of different levels of Kendra's Patreon. As I mentioned at the offset, there's a free level which you can use to download the current challenge and to get notifications on upcoming events and that kind of thing. But there are 3 other levels, and Probably my favorite feature of the Patreon is, well, there are two, I guess, but the first feature that I think is really cool is that all the patrons get access to a printer-friendly version of the challenge, which is nice because it helps save on ink. And the 3 paid Patreon tiers get access to the bonus printables every month, which take a few different forms. The ones that I'm enjoying the most right now are the card kits, which basically are 6 or more digital papers and then a bunch of ephemera that goes with it, because if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you'll know I kind of like ephemera. And here I'm going to go and decide if I want to decorate the inside, and the answer is always yes, for me anyway. I've started really liking to take sort of some image from the front and bring it onto the inside. The last feature of the Patreon that I'll just quickly mention before we go is that there are card kits at the All Access and VIP patron level, and I think those are just a lot of fun because you get to be creative with some unique and interesting products from, actually, often from some of the super sponsors. Anyway, as I wrap my card up here, you can see how it came together. I really like how monochromatic this looks, and I will also remind you that if you look in the description box below, there is the opportunity to win a prize, so feel free to check that out as well. Have a great one.